This video here is about a very exciting game I think that should come out. This video is for you Capcom and you NetherRealms WB Games. I strongly recommend I strongly suggest that you two come together and bring out a Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighters, or just come together as a universe. I mean, give us an exciting fighting game, and this is what the fans want to see. A Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. Is there any way you can make that happen for this next generation era we're going through? I mean, we just have to see that. Can you make that happen? These are two great fighting games. If they come together, do you know what it can bring? I mean, I'm sure you two companies can split the shares. Capcom and NetherRealm or WB Games. I think WB Games is the producer, and NetherRealms is like the owner of it. Come on, Capcom, NetherRealms, can you two get together and just blow our minds away with this exciting title here? Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. I mean, something like this just simply has to happen. I mean, the fans want to see this. There's no reason why this cannot happen. I mean, can someone comment me on why they can't do this? I mean, they can definitely put a game together and do this. I mean, I'm sure you two would make excellent income together by splitting the shares. This game simply has to happen. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? Street Fighter characters fighting Mortal Kombat characters. Mortal Kombat characters are just nice, solid fighting characters, and with Street Fighters characters on top with their martial art techniques, I'm telling the world would love to see that. I mean, why can that happen? Is there any reason why we cannot see that? I mean, you two just don't agree with each other? You're just two solid companies. You're two professional companies. I'm sure you two can come together and just blow our minds away. Can come to an agreement. We simply need to see a Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. We would love to see that. I mean, you guys are just getting better in your games, and that next Mortal Kombat with Freddy Krueger in it, it was just graphically beautiful. And not only that, Street Fighters 4, it just simply looks fantastic. I mean, you guys are just getting better in your fighting game arts. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I strongly recommend you two companies come together as a whole and just give us a nice Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. I would love to see that. All of the Street Fighter characters versus all of the Mortal Kombat characters. I mean, can that happen, please? I mean, we're looking at next generation systems. There's no reason why that can't happen. That PS4 is 8 cores, AMD based motherboard with 8 gigs of GDDR5. That's top of the line RAM. That's high grade RAM. There's some way you two have to come together and put that on next generation systems. I mean, do you know what that will bring to the table? If we see a fighting game like that, come on now. If you gamers out there agree with me, you got to work with me. You got to give me some comments on what you think about this topic. But I strongly think they need to come together. These are two professional companies with professional fighting games. These fighting games look like a work of art. I mean, it's just simply getting better. These fighting games they coming out, they just need to come together and just come together as one and just blow our minds away with this Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. I mean, that title alone, that just has to happen. That just has to. I strongly suggest they do this. I mean, it's just too much at stakes. I mean, Street Fighters 4, it's just It just plays phenomenal. You see some real martial arts in that game. And supers and specials. And not only that, Mortal Kombat just got better. Mortal Kombat 9, it just looks fantastic. I mean, it is just graphically beautiful. Those characters, the animation, that Mortal Kombat was simply spectacular. Look at this Mortal Kombat here. It's simply a work of art. If you put these in a fighting game with those Street Fighter characters, do you know where our heads are gonna be? Our heads are gonna be blown away. Come on, NetherRealms. This is for you, NetherRealms. Put your Mortal Kombat characters up against these Street Fighter characters. Come on, this is for you too, Capcom. You got to put your Street Fighter characters in the collision with the Mortal Kombat character. I mean, is there something wrong? Why can't it happen? I'm sure you two are not enemies. You're just two fighting game companies. You're not enemies at all. Hope you two are not seeing yourself as enemies, as like rivals or anything. I mean, you're just two good fighting game developers. I mean, your games are just getting simply better. No signs of weakening. I mean, you're coming out with better characters. Both of your games, Street Fighter games and Mortal Kombat games, they're coming out with better characters, better fighting techniques, better fighting styles. I would love to see an exciting Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. I mean, can you imagine that game? Just imagine that game. I mean, somebody got to give me a comment on why that can't happen. I would like to know why that cannot happen. Because that game would just be simply beautiful. My best character is Noob Sabat. In Mortal Kombat, I'm a Noob Sabat fan. I mean, he is just simply beautiful. I just love his fighting style. I love his supers, his specials. It's just simply fantastic. And in the Street Fighters, I'm gonna say, when it comes to Street Fighters, I do more damage with Guile. For some reason, I'm just deadly with Guile. Guile and Charlie. Those two characters, those are simple, excellent fighters there. I mean, strong fighters. Guile fighting Noob Sabat. I would love to see that. I'm sure the whole world would love to see that. I mean, you guys will make a lovely income together. I mean, just imagine that game. That game is never gonna die. If you do your best with that game. This video here, I'm not here. This is not a video just about what I want, or I'm not here to piss anybody off. This is a good idea here. Somebody gave me a comment and they said my last video I was requesting on what I want. Now I'm not requesting anything. I'm just making some suggestions. I mean, this game, these two universes, they just simply have to come together because you two imagination is just running wild. Imagine what you can give us on that PlayStation 4. Not just the PlayStation 4, but the other next generation systems. I'm going to say the Xbox One, the Wii U also. The Wii U is a strong system. I'm sure it's capable of a lot. I'm not out here to whine and nag and this is what I want to see. I'm not making any serious, man. I'm just making a simple suggestion. This is for the fans. I'm sure other fans out there are saying the same thing. Can you imagine if this game comes out for this next generation era? I think it's just going to be a big hit. It's going to be a magnificent hit if this game comes out. I mean, it just simply has to happen. I mean, there's no reason why this cannot happen. I mean, you two professional companies just can't sit down at a business table and just work with each other. I'm sure you two can get together. Capcom and NetherRealm. I'm sure you two can get together. And you're simply professionals. That's all I see you as, is professional game developers and professional fighting games. Please get together, please, and come to an agreement and give us this exciting title where Street Fighters versus Mortal Kombat. Please make this happen. If you gamers out there like this video, like what I've said, and like what you've seen, please subscribe and look at my other videos that I'm just making simple suggestions. I'm not here to piss nobody off. I'm not here to nag anybody. This is just, we're just in next generation big time. I mean, this is serious next generation. I mean, please come together and subscribe, guys, if you like what I've said. Thanks for watching my video.